Live from the Caterpillar Global Communications Center at Bradley University, this is BUTV News.
Good evening and welcome to BUTV News. I'm Lee Lard.
And I'm Delaney Giles. Let's take a look at the news. Over the summer, Bradley announced plans to work with T-Mobile to have 5G available on campus. The hope is that bringing 5G on campus will improve the technical divide on campus. Today was the first day that iPads came out for student-facing faculty. Faculty picked up their iPads this morning. iPad distributions for students will start next week with the first batch, which will largely go to first-year undergraduate students. Distribution will span over several weeks. Students included in the first round of iPad distributions will receive an email with pickup instructions in the following weeks. The full launch of this initiative will be in the fall of 2024 and will include all full-time students both on and off campus. The Department of Art and Design is continuing their Visual Voices presentation series. The presentation was hosted in the GCC and welcomed Kat Liepens, who spoke about her career in the industry.
Last Thursday, Visual Voices hosted their first presenter of the year, multimedia creator Kat Liepens. Liepens is a Bradley alumni with a bachelor's in graphic design. Throughout the presentation, students were able to ask questions about her work throughout the years.
This is like my pride and joy here. So early on, what was this? This is the, okay, this might have been like first grade, maybe younger. But yeah, this is
Liepens hopes to be an inspiration to other students and creators who hope to enter the industry.
Growing up, I think there's like that, that I don't know, stigma is the right word, but that stigma out there that it's like, if you're an artist, you're going to be starving. Mm-hmm. Art is a hobby. You know, I think a lot of people think of it that way. And it's like, no, this is something that can legitimately be a career. It can make you money if you approach it the right way. Don't stop believing. I had to make a journey joke, okay? So there it is.
After leaving the corporate world, Liepens is currently focusing on artwork and her YouTube channel.
Out and doing art shows, putting myself out there. What I was doing was they had an online portal and say the Weston needed.
She's currently working on placing her art in galleries in the Chicago area, as well as resuming her YouTube content.
This one is the more classy template. We're going to use this in the fine dining part of the hotel, that kind of thing. So these were all the things that we were thinking about. We had to make them functional. They had to work. They had to go into this.
Be on the lookout for upcoming Visual Voices events. For BUTV News, I'm Chris Pacheco.
Homecoming is officially underway, and there's no better way to kick it off than with the painting of the Lydias. Last Friday, Bradley's ACBU hosted their annual Painting of the Lydias in the Markin basement. The Lydias are a tradition for Bradley students to decorate their interpretations of our founder, Lydia Moss Bradley. Students were also encouraged to be creative if they wanted to paint something other than Lydia. All organizations, groups, and students were welcome to participate. All of the Lydias will be displayed at the Lighting of the Bee to be voted on for a chance to win a prize. This past Monday, Bradley's best boys and girls showed off their best skills at the Wag for Mags Pup Talent Show. Pups Got Talent was hosted in the Neumiller Hall. The pups were dressed in their best clothes with help from their wonderful trainers. They showed off their amazing skills like sitting, eating, jumping, singing, and running. WAGs hosted the show to raise funds for the organization, to buy items such as food, treats, and more, paw-stopping gear for the dogs. The show ended with the audience having a meet and greet with all.
With our Puppies Got Talent fundraiser, which we have some fun little talents that we do with all of our dogs, and all the money we raise goes directly to buying their dog food, any other necessities that they need, because we do pay for that ourselves, and we're all college students, and we know that that can get expensive.
If you want to become a trainer for WAGs, applications open up soon, or you can support them by purchasing a Pups Halloween sweatshirt on their Instagram at WagsForMags. Up next, we'll take a look at today's weather with Julia Hunt.
And after the break, we'll also cover what is new in entertainment with Adelia Young.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Awkward. Do I look familiar? I should. You might remember me from here. Here. Or maybe even here.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
It can actually be a perfect moment to reach out to a friend and ask if they're okay if they seem down.
Doesn't matter how you say it.
You all right?
Everything's okay?
All G?
You all right, girl?
Oh,
You cool?
you bugging dog.
Just show you're there for them.
Go on, Kelly. Susie Awkward.
Hey, you haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham-bam minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
So how did you guys celebrate the first day of fall on Saturday?
Well, I saw my parents for family weekend, and we went grocery shopping, and I got to have some homemade food, which was really nice.
I kicked off fall how everybody should. I went to Bradley's hockey game.
Very nice. Yeah. Well, although we are officially in the fall season, it seems like we will have a lot more sun than we were last week. It was slightly cloudy earlier today, but we still got some of that sun peeking through. As we got later in the day, the sun came out a little bit more, but it was nice outside with the temperature staying in the 70s, and hopefully it will continue to cool down as we get further into fall. Today was still cloudy, and we may still have some clouds into tomorrow, but for the remainder of the week, there should be some clear skies. No more looking out the window and wondering, is it going to rain? Because it's going to be nice and sunny. You can kind of see in the northeast there are some rain going through there, but that's not going to affect Peoria at all. Looking at the temperature map, in central Illinois, we're still looking at about 70 degrees, but that could dip into the high 60s, as you'll see in the north there. And down in the south, there's still going into the 80s there. So, and now that it's fall, we'll sit right under there. Now that it is fall, the weather is slowly starting to reflect that. Finally, looking at the 5-day forecast, we're not saying goodbye to 80-degree weather quite yet. There's still some days with some highs like 80 on Saturday, high of 87. But for most days, it's going to be a cool 60 degrees up to maybe 80s at the highest. It's going to be a beautiful week, so make sure to go outside, especially on Saturday with the sun out. And now it's time for your entertainment news with Adalia Young.
Thanks, Julia. The sun isn't the only thing that will be on the forecast for this week, so will the love bug. Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce is allegedly dating Taylor Swift. Their kindled romance started back in July when Kelce said he went to a Swift concert and had a friendship bracelet for her. Travis said he had his number on the bracelet, but did not clarify which number it was. Travis's brother Jason, who was on the Philadelphia Eagles, came forward saying he actually doesn't know about Travis's dating life, but wouldn't be surprised. Quarterback Patrick Mahomes said that he had absolutely no idea whether to believe Kelce of their rumored relationship. But he wasn't shocked when he saw Swift in the private box this past Sunday. Kelce has always been a big Swiftie, with surface videos of him singing her songs for karaoke. Kelce had a great Sunday, beating the Chicago Bears 41-10, which definitely impressed Taylor. But not everyone is feeling the love tonight. Jonas Brothers Joe Jonas and the Game of Thrones star Sophie Turner have filed for divorce. The Jonas Brothers are currently on tour, and Joel was seen without his wedding ring on hand. Many fans instantly noticed the change and were quick to point it out. Sophie and Joe have both posted on their Instagram that they have decided to split, but it is unsure what the reason was. Sophie has come forward demanding to have their girls to be raised in the UK, but as the divorce proceedings go on, they will remain in New York. And in more football news, Usher will debut as a headliner for the 2024 Super Bowl halftime show. This is the second time Apple Music will be presented by Apple Music with their previous headliner being Rihanna. Jay-Z made a statement honoring Usher, calling him the ultimate artist and showman. Usher has made himself an icon starting at the young age of 15. And it is common for headliners to have featured artists as a part of their performance. And the speculations have already started. Some names that are being thrown into the mix have been Ludacris, Alicia Keys, Lil Jon, will.i.am, Jay-Z, and even Beyonce. The Super Bowl is set for February 11th at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas.
So who was everyone's favorite halftime show that they've ever seen?
You know the 50-year one with Bruno Mars, Beyonce, and Coldplay? That one is iconic.
That one was really very good, yeah.
I'm not sure who's my favorite. I think Katy Perry definitely comes to mind.
The shark costume?
Yeah, the shark.
The shark costume. I loved Rihanna's personally.
Yes.
I can't choose. I can't.
You really can't?
No.
All right. Well, next we'll sit down and talk to the Bradley Scouts Editor-in-Chief, Madeline Miralegro.
After that, we have Campus Convos with Alec Brandt right after this break.
So good to see you guys. So, what's up? Oh, we finally bought a place. Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on...
Is
it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
For too long, there's been too much silence. We've stepped back when we should have stepped up.
We lack the bravery to have the tough conversations.
It stops now.
It stopped with us.
As campus leaders, we recognize that sexual assault is a real problem.
And it's time to take action.
We're standing together as a community because this issue affects all of us.
And we can only end it if we are braver together.
Starting now, we don't look the other way. We make it a move and do something.
Before it's too late.
We promote a culture of respect for all students.
We say something even when it's easier to remain silent.
We stand up for survivors.
We never blame them.
We hold our friends, our leaders, our teammates,
and ourselves accountable for our actions.
And when we see something wrong, we're brave enough to interrupt. We say something.
We do something. We watch out for each other.
Always.
Being a Bradley Brave means
ending the silence.
Together, we can work to end sexual assault and rape culture in our community. Together, we can do the right thing. Together, we can do the brave thing. Make your move and stand with us.
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 And we can all be braver together. Do you know which Bradley student organization is just a year younger than Bradley itself? It's none other than the Scout, Bradley's student newspaper organization. Since they were established in 1898, they have always brought the best news stories about all things Bradley. And this Friday marks the Scout's 125th edition. Here to tell us about it is former BUTV entertainment anchor and the Scout's editor-in-chief, Madeline Miralegro. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
So tell me a little bit about what the Scout does.
Okay, so the Scout covers the three big things that happen on campus. That includes pop culture, sports, and of course news. We also post some special editions as well, you know, our Halloween edition, basketball edition, and the big hit, the April Fool's edition, is always so much fun to do.
So what are you doing this year for the 125th anniversary?
We are doing something super exciting. We are having our first print edition since COVID. So I've already seen some of the page layouts, and it looks so good, so I cannot wait to see it actually finished and in the hands of both alumni and students on campus.
Absolutely. I know that print edition ended after COVID because of budgeting reasons, but where can people find it now?
You guys can find it on our website, thebradleyscout.com. We are only online, obviously, except for this week, but stories will still get published online. We also have a link to all of our special edition PDFs, but just online anywhere.
Yep, understandable. Can you tell me a little bit about the process of making an edition every week?
Yeah, so it normally starts out with our Wednesday evening meeting called our editorial meeting. That is where our editor staff gathers together and figures out what is going on campus. Just last week we did an editorial about respecting people's cultures because it is Hispanic Heritage Month. Then after, we meet on Thursday where hopefully all the stories should be in, and we go into the office and we edit all night. Normally, we used to go until 2 a.m., but thankfully, my managing editor and I this year got it down to just a little bit after 12 a.m. And throughout the week, our staff and editors are writing, reporting, and editing. So it's a very long process throughout the week. And then Sunday, we wrap up with a critique meeting with our advisor, Chris Kiergaard.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're not on staff, but you feel the need to write journalism or you want to get into it, how can people start?
So people can reach out to, I believe, editor@mail.bradley.edu, or there is a link through our website where you can apply to us, or if you know a staff member directly, you can always reach out to them. From there, you will meet with the section editors and they will...
Chick-fil-A. Now it leads me to the question, what do these students think about chicken? What's your favorite type of chicken?
Chicken wing.
Chicken wings. Just like in general, I think chicken wings are the best type of chicken. Second best would be dinosaur chicken nuggets.
Type of chicken? Fried chicken?
The kind that's cooked.
Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Egg.
Personally, I think that the chicken came first and then, laid the egg, and that's how more chickens came along.
There has to be a chicken in order to make an egg, so the chicken.
I'm thinking a mutated egg.
Why, in your opinion, did the chicken cross the road?
The chicken crossed the road to get to the other side.
He wanted more chicken.
I think there was some good feed on the other side.
to get to the other side.
What is the best chicken restaurant and why?
It gotta be probably Chick-fil-A.
I really like how Pancheros prepares their chicken inside of their bowls.
I think I don't know if it's the best chicken restaurant, but the chicken restaurant I eat at most would probably be Chick-fil-A.
Did you like those students' answers? I sure cockadoodle do. Stay tuned for more fun segments like this. This has been Alec Brandt reporting from the Student Center.
After the break, we'll be back with Dylan Baus with sports.
Dylan will update us on what is new with Bradley's volleyball and soccer teams.
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably going to turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listened.
Wake the sun, tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
So it's homecoming week. Is anybody going to the homecoming soccer game?
I definitely am going to the homecoming soccer game against Missouri State. You guys definitely should too.
I'll be working the game, so I'm going to be there. Very excited.
Maybe I'll definitely see you there then.
Yeah, you got to go.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah, but the homecoming game is going to be one of many things that you're going to have to look for on your Bradley sports calendar. But good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to BUTV Sports. Let's take a look at your Bradley sports news for the week. Staying on top of last week's stories, the Bradley soccer team had their first game away from Shea in over a week, taking on the Bowling Green Falcons of Bowling Green, Ohio. Last Saturday proved to be a challenge for the already proved Braves, who remain technically undefeated going into the match. An offensive game plan was put in place in order to keep up with the fast-paced Falcons offense. This lasted about 25 minutes into the game until Bowling Green struck first, and they had a solo goal in the 25th minute to put Bowling Green up 1-0. The Braves had an uphill battle at half that seemed to double after the penalty shots on goal from Bradley in the first half. Bowling Green, however, came out of the break hot-headed as they were able to find the back of the net closely following halftime, just for it to be pulled away by the referee due to an earlier penalty on the field. The Braves used this momentum shift in their favor, as the more aggressive they got in the box, the better the outlook was for the Braves, as they were able to draw a foul from Bowling Green, from the defender on Bowling Green inside the box, resulting in a penalty kick for the Braves. Yao Sariva took the foul in the box and executed a textbook penalty kick to tie the game up in the 75th minute, leaving only 15 left in regulation for Bowling Green to save the game at home. When your opponent's goalie has 7 saves in a game, it's really hard to pull through with a loss, as Bowling Green's efforts were great and their ball placement was too, and they had some of the best in the entire season, scoring an additional 2 games in the 82nd minute and the 83rd minute respectively in the game. A tough 3-1 loss for the Braves as they look to bounce back at this year's homecoming game at Shea Stadium this Saturday. We will be going against conference rivals Missouri State, and we hope to see you all there. And staying on the topic of in-conference rivals, Bradley's volleyball top competition from in-conference, UNI and Drake, both visited in the Renaissance Coliseum this past Friday and Saturday, respectively, for some in-conference games. Friday's game against UNI ended in a final score of 0-3, but that score does not tell the whole story, as there was a less than 10-point differential between UNI and Bradley. Bradley actually led the game in blocks, having one more than UNI's 8, while UNI barely beat out the Braves in digs, with the tally being 55 to the Braves' 47. The Braves did their best to put the conference opener, but UNI kept coming back. Being on a 3-game winning streak helped to explain the loss at home. Drake Volleyball also visited the Coliseum last Saturday in a gritty matchup for the 700 people in attendance to watch. Bradley has almost perfected the block, as you can see in the clip following. We did struggle on offense, but back-to-back blocks from 3 different players just shows the high-level coordination that the team has. But playing against the red-hot Drake Bulldogs pushed the Braves out of their comfort zone just a little too much, making them scramble around the court to keep up with a very high-flying Drake volleyball team. The final score was 3-0 Drake, extending their winning streak as well. A pair of rough but well-played losses should set the Braves up for their first in-conference away game against the Belmont Bruins in Nashville this Friday. Good luck to them.
The UNI game was tense. It was an incredibly interesting watch.
It was, yeah, and everybody in the attendance really liked the game, but we did put up a good fight. It was rough to not be able to come away with the win, but I still have hope for next time against Belmont.
Absolutely. Next up, we will take a look at what is happening on campus this week.
And a musical performance and more after the break.
Okay, here we go.
3, 2.
3, 2, 1.
COVID-19 has been a really long and difficult fight.
So when we start talking about COVID, I completely get it. It's frustrating.
We've all been impacted one way or another.
The fight against COVID is also changing really quickly.
And it's sometimes really hard to keep up. So here are a few things we know.
We are not fighting the same virus from 2020.
Right now, new variants are a lot more contagious and need to be taken seriously.
Getting vaccinated and staying boosted is the best way to keep you protected from COVID-19 and help you stay out of the hospital.
Even if you got COVID before, it's important that you go get your COVID booster.
COVID vaccines are safe.
Much safer than getting COVID-19.
We all want this to end sooner than later.
So go ahead and do things.
Go out and live your life, but get vaccinated. Stay boosted.
We can all do our part.
And get back to living. You can go to getvaccineanswers.org for more information.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple?
Chop the pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter which you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Let's take a look and see what is happening on campus over the next week. Join Bradley University Black Alumni Alliance, or BUBAA, for an ice cream social. Saturday at 11 a.m. in Westlake 116, BUBAA invites students to come and socialize. Their goal is to help build connections with Black students and alumni through activities that build pride and provide support. Don't forget about the job and internship fair that's taking place tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. in the Renaissance Coliseum. Come dressed to impress and with resumes ready. This is an opportunity for students to network with employees or find internship or full-time positions. Tips and tricks on how to prepare for the fair can be found on the Smith Career Center website. Friday is the annual Lighting of the Bee. Come celebrate the end of homecoming with food, games, attractions, fireworks, and more at 5 p.m. at Founders Circle. Don't miss out on some student performances at 7 p.m. and the crowning of homecoming royalty. Come with friends to enjoy this Bradley tradition.
The Lighting of the Bee is always a good time. I know I'm definitely going to be there. How about you guys?
I'm really excited for the student performances. I know the majorettes are dancing, so.
I'm very excited. I will definitely be there.
I haven't been there yet, so I might have to go.
I think
Absolutely, absolutely. Julia?
We'll see.
Well, that's all we've got for you tonight on BUTV News. For all of us here, I'm Lee Lard.
And I'm Delaney Giles. We leave you tonight with a performance from Emma Anastasia. Have a great night.
Told myself I'd never